This is Photoshop and I'm going to use it with my creativity to create a unique streetwear design from a single word for the next 30 days. Here are the rules. Rule number 1. The design needs to have as the main concept a word extracted from a word online generator. So I will be using this first website here. We can just click generate. Here we have it, column. Well, that was pretty easy. I think that there's no need for this dramatic music, but let's continue anyways. Rule number 2, maximum 1.5 hours to design the graphic per day. It shouldn't be a problem, hopefully. I think I will just use 1 hour maximum. The rule number 3 is have fun. I will need to have fun, otherwise it will be pointless. People may say that I will be doing it for like clout and for just posting videos on YouTube and for the algorithm. That is true, but actually I'm trying to develop new skills and learn new stuff and just get going with my design process and just practice. And also I'm just trying to have fun with it. Well, not too much, just a little bit. Now we can start the fun and start the party and get going with this first graphic. Let's start. Okay, now we can just switch up the music. So here we are in Photoshop. The word selected for today was column. So I was thinking of doing something with the ancient Greeks and ancient Romans and the type of columns that they made in the past. So we are just working our way to the final word and the final topic. So columns. In this case, I decided to select this ancient Greek temple here, which has a lot of columns, and then we are going to create a sort of collage with the other sketches of the columns that I seen before starting this graphic here that just popped up in my mind. So I just want to create a really nice collage for this graphics here. Now that I finished with the actual removal of the background and the temple, I'm deciding just a color palette to choose from, so then I can keep it as it is, and it can be really nice for then adding even the other elements to create a really nice and cohesive design. So in this case I decided to go with a beige and with a white, which is a really marble color, which reminds me of the ancient Roman marble used to create the actual columns. Now here I'm trying to just write and put my brand name inside the temple. It's a really difficult thing to do because then when we're going to add the gradient map over it, I think it will get messy, so we will find out later what to do. Then I wanted to play even with the idea of how the ancient Greeks and ancient Romans were in the future, basically, because they were creating something really, really nice and really new to the society. After I will try to get 2 words, future, past, something that they're like contrast words for each other. Anyways, here I'm adding a paragraph which talks in general about the columns. I just took it from Google, as you saw before, and it's just a really nice way to make the graphic more complex and to just explain to the reader, to the customer, what you're talking about, and even just leave some information, some useful information that once people wear it, you can actually read it. And so I think it's really nice to read and learn something new from your actual garment that you bought. It's a way of saying that this garment here, it has meaning and it has a purpose to, of course, look cool, but even to just get some information going in your head, and it just sparks concepts in the mind of the customer. So this is what I want to achieve for each graphics I create. Now here I'm just getting again the color palette that I was doing before and just refining it, using as main inspiration some photos of the ancient Roman, ancient Greeks columns, which have this nice shade of white and beige and cream in a way. So I'm just replicating it on the temple. Now I'm just looking for the design on a mock-up and seeing if it's good enough. Now here I'm adding some side text that will help me consolidate the graphic. Here I'm just playing around with the text. I don't know if I will keep it the same. What I wanted to do now was to grab 2 concepts, as I said before, future and past, and so adding some old and past columns, so the one of the ancient Greeks and ancient Romans, with new columns of our everyday world, so something like futuristic, and so I was grabbing some inspiration from Unsplash. But unfortunately, I didn't manage to fit the past and the future columns together, and so I went with the same idea, but with words rather than drawings and images. So I put on the top right past, and in the bottom left future. And so I was just playing around with these concepts here. I didn't like the word future, so I think that after I decided to search a new word for it, I wanted to find a posh word for future, so I decided to go here with forthcoming. So it was a way of just saying that the ancient Greeks were in the future in our past. This was my brainstorming and my idea about this graphic here. Now I'm just placing some rulers, some lines to match and to make this graphic precise and really to the point. And here what I wanted to add for sure was this, were these drawings here. They were just sketches of the ancient Greek and ancient Roman columns, since I think that they're really a nice topic and people actually study the design and they get really inspired by it. So here I just got this image, this drawing of the different columns, and just removed the background and added a grunge texture to it. Now I just got this text here and I wanted to put it down here. I don't know if I'm gonna leave it like this, since I wanna add even my brand name and even my ideas and text around this graphic here. So I just want to add a purpose basically, rather than only the information. The extra thing I will add for this challenge here of the 30 days is GM1, which is Global Mindset 1, since all this challenge is about the global mindset of just creating new stuff, and this is day 1, so I decided to put Global Mindset 1. And here I'm creating a type of logo. It's just an improvised quick logo with some random shapes put together to create a sort of stamp logo. It's really cool because at the start I was just playing around with the shapes, but now that I'm thinking about it, it's a really nice thing. Because if you can see it, but it's like a stamp, an old stamp that you add over a graphic, over a postcard, maybe over a mail. And it's a really nice thing that I think merges well the concept of the columns and the past. And even the future. Now I'm doing a really nice thing, which I'm basically adding the text which describes this collection here, since each day I will create one graphic, and so this text here will be like component, a thing that I will need to add for every graphic, stating what is the purpose of this design. And so here I'm just writing a normal script, a normal text which describes my brand here, so global mindset and that idea there, and creating unique perspectives and design. But even I'm adding like a little description for this brand new collection. So adding, I don't know, like this graphic was made with only one word, and this graphic was made in day 1 of this 30-day challenge. So it's just to inform the reader and and make it like very nice for the reader to have a piece of, not history, well, in a way history for Global Mind Studios, for my brand, but even history for like ancient Greeks and ancient Romans. So we have even this other really nice aspect of it. Then here I added even the selected word, which is column. I don't know if I'm going to keep it, since by watching it like this there's too much text. So I think, as you can see now, I removed one of the 2 paragraphs, so the one that least meant something to me. But I think that then I will add it again just to make sure. But for now, it's just here, I'm just messing around with images, text, and just having a really nice atmosphere and design, which can even translate it to the customer. So here, as you can see, I came back to this paragraph here, and I placed it in the middle. And another thing that I wanted to change after is the 2 main titles, so the past and forthcoming. Past, forthcoming, they're black, and as you can see, a lot of text is black. So I just want to change it. I might add a gradient after, only on the text, to add that depth of field and that shade I think I'm going to do the same thing with even the past title on top, just to make it more cohesive, and I really like how it came out. It gives that nice extra vibe and color to the text, and it transforms a random like collage of things and of text into a more united and colorful and complete design. Now, just to finish up a bit the actual design and close it completely, I'm going to add to the side, to the right bottom side, just a little column to fill in the gap, since I think it's a little bit too empty, that side there. So I'm adding this one here, and then this design here, we are going to add it in the front. But for this case, as you can see like this, it's pretty nice. I like it. I'm going to add even my website, so globalmindstudios.com, on the bottom to make it a little bit more customizable. Now it's time to rate this design here. Here are the scores of today in the 4 categories. We will use these 4 categories to rate each design in these 30 days. Leave in the comments your rating for this design here, and then after I will use it to calculate the final design. Thank you very much for watching. See you tomorrow morning. Bye bye.